Greetings.
Good morning.
Greetings.
Yeah. Greetings again. Hey. Okay. We'll be resuming our game here. Should probably take an opportunity to clean up all the back saves. Holy crap. Probably want to delete all these. I've kind of I got a lot of secondary saves in here. Holy crap. Compress. Can I compress all of these? Yes. Holy crap, that's a long process for it to... I have to go back in there and delete all those backup saves. At least all the older ones. Holy crap. Anyway. We're almost at the point where we can start on the destroyer again. But we got a little bit of we got one more compartment, one more set of 5 we gotta have to build. I think that's currently building right now. Yeah, it's currently building right now. So we're just kind of burning time until that is done. Going through my garden here. One thing I did learn is that the pumpkin plant doesn't seem to grow at all right underneath. Why? I'm not 100% sure on that, but it just doesn't. Let's build one of these. That way we can fill out. God, so many vegetables. Yeah, it's currently full. Okay. Probably want to move these over. All the health kit stuff. And move this over to the medical bay. There we go. This is as much as it will fit. The medical bay over here. Trying my hardest to keep this place organized. I know what will happen if I don't. I'll have a hard time just trying to find anything. That thing looks a lot better than my previous. Medical bay I tried to make. Also got this to finish making. Because I do want to have some wings, but I also don't want anything that's going to be extremely fragile on it. Because we got a lot of covering up down here to do. Landing gears trying to just on there temporarily. In fact, I might put a landing gear on the top of the ship, just so that this thing can like ride the belly of something. Okay. Hardened steel plate right there. So we got one that's steel plate, and we got one that's hardened steel plate. Got these bays made. I still have to go through and texture the other bays and populate them with stuff. That's another thing I have to do. And there's also the destroyer over here. I also have to tear down this thing too. The rest of the old base. I'm gonna go into here and check on my fuel. This thing shouldn't be pretty much using anything in case, in terms of fuel. Yeah, like power using nothing. That's good. That's good. Oh. Well, it's parked here so that I've got my multi-turret. Let's start tearing this down some more. We only made it up to the old construction area. Oh. Getting all the ventilation. There's the glass. Some of these parts just kind of don't give anything. It's kind of sad, really. Kind of getting all the small parts out of the way. The ones that are much more difficult to hit with the multi-turret. Excuse me, I want that. Yeah. Looking here at the piping. I'd just go and get all the glass in here. Mostly because I have trouble trying to get them with the turret. Okay. Hey, Lang, how's it going? Just kind of burning time until my blueprint is finished constructing. Going okay? Checking stuff? Ah, okay. Going through and adding all the parts that are going to be difficult to get with the turret here. Things like windows and all that. Because the multi-turret has issues getting shapes that are not blocks. So yeah, any moment now it should be finished. We can place that and make the last few items that need to be giving them a dedicated, well, a nearly dedicated constructor. Oh, how quickly this whole thing just comes apart. Oh, amazing. Understandable too. Okay. Gotten almost everything off of this thing. Reloading. Okay, I think I got all the harder parts taken care of. Hard to get at parts. Yeah, that's also all that's left is a shell. That's good. Still waiting on blueprint construction. Because there's estrum gel we have to make, there's some alloys we have to make. And we have to set up, and we have to get the production of large hardened steel blocks underway. There we go. In order to make it easier for myself, I just want to get all the windows out of the way. That's what I'm doing right now. We also make ourselves a core, put it at the very top, and allow us to just grab the blocks themselves rather than the parts for the blocks. You know, it'd be an awesome mod. Having it to where you can select a structure and say dismantle, and it just dismantles the entire thing into a series of containers that you just draw from. So if you want to salvage an older build, you just go into the screen that has the power switch and all that kind of stuff, and just say, you know, salvage, and it just takes apart the entire structure and spawns in a box full of all of the materials used to make that ship or that structure. That'd be one heck of a useful mod. Especially when you're making gigantic builds like this. Okay. Last side. And we can jump into the transport, into the reclaimer, and get rid of all the blocks over here. Taking down windows. That's what we're doing right now. It's these damn windows. Not like I can hit the bounding box or the volume box that it takes up. I have to actually hit the object itself. If it was just the volume box, then I would be able to use the larger turret very easily. Okay. There we go. There's a blueprint. Blueprint successful. Also, this older base is kind of in the way because I plan on putting a couple dry docks around in that area. Yeah, let's first do this. Drop another set of 5. Spawn in. Sure. Make sure I have it as lined up as I can get it. New base. Well, new constructor. Here, drop the windows off. Those off. Those off. Those off. That off. That off. Okay. Oh, those are just complete blocks. And for the time being, I'm just going to put these into there. For the time being, the glass panes right here. Okay. Iron steel plate, computers, electronics, raw plastic. Plant fibers. I think it's cobalt. Mechanical, nanotubes, pellets. I think it's these? Yes. Dropped off. This is electronic components. Optical fiber. Computers. Doing this just to they're not in my inventory and they're in the proper spots until I figure out where I'm going to send these all. Raw plastic. Come on. Come on, game. It's freezing on me. There we go. Not quite sure what it was trying to accomplish, but... Energy matrix, cobalt alloy, hardened steel plate. You there. Okay, I need to make one that's raw plastic. So this one will be raw plastic. Put that here and that there. All the raw plastic will go. Okay. Okay, so Estrum ingot. Drop that there. There we go. This one's Estrum and Iconium. There we go. I'll put the crystals over here. And then this one is, where is it? One of these. How about, do I have one that's cobalt ingots? I don't think I do. No, I don't think I, no, wait. Never mind. So what requires cobalt? It's not one of these. Probably somewhere down here. I already have an energy matrix. Oh, power coils. I need power coils. That's what this one is. Power coils. Estrum, Zirconium, and Flux Coil. So. This and this. And we'll grab a couple of flux coils, which are over here. I'll have to make a bunch. First, generator, fuel tank, a little bit of fuel, 20. Can't do that. Okay, 50. There, good. Go kickstart this one, because when you don't have a generator on board with fuel, it doesn't seem to work correctly. There we go. Waiting for the capacitor to turn on. That means it's fully operational. And then we take it back down. There we go. Tink, tink, tink. There. Okay. Go here. Okay. Plastic. This one's going to be gel. A whole bunch of those. Gel. Plastic. This one is Zirconium alloy. I think I spelled that right. Nope. S-A-S-Z-A-S-D. There's no N. There's no N. There's no N. Absolutely no N's. There's absolutely no N's to be found here. Okay. This one's going to be power coil. So let's name that right now. Power coil. And this is, you know what? Warp fuel. Okay. That should be everything. This one requires flux coils, which I'm missing a particular element for these flux coils. Yeah. Neodymium ingots, which that is currently what we're lacking a lot of right now. We're gonna have to make trips in order to get a lot of that stuff. We've got two tier 3. We've currently got two tier 3 auto miners currently working on that problem. But it's gonna be a while till we finish it off. But that currently is everything. We're all ready to go now. Okay. Raw plastic. Oh yeah, magnesium, that's right. We're probably gonna need a ton of magnesium in order to... Oh, magnesium powder. When we get into making a ton of rockets. Uh-huh. Well, besides, everything's going to be ending up over here anyway. Well, food, you got grain, blah, 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 blah. Let's put that in there. Yeah, currently right now there's a little bit of unneeded moving around, but in order to make sure that these bottom ones aren't obstructed, I didn't want to start building those things over here. Because I don't know if I'm going to expand further down or further up. So I wanted to make sure that they were not in the way. Okay. We are good now. Now we need to figure out where we can get a bunch of the warp crystals. A ton of it. So that we can... Ow. Why I did that, I'm not exactly sure. Let's get over here and feed ourselves. Okay, so first things first is we're gonna have to make our round. Go around to all of the auto miners that we have out there. Grab what we can. And the plan is with our giant factory, we always, we'll make sure to always have a full stack. So 999 of each of the components, so that when we want to go and make like a turret, or we want to make a bunch of ammunition or something like that, we'll always have a ton available to us. And while we're using up a stack, we have a stack being made. That's how it's going to go. That's how it essentially would work with this kind of setup. So that when we are going and making something, all we're making is the exact item and not having to wait for it to make everything else. We're not doing that kind of waiting. Okay. Move you. And we'll probably be doing something similar with the hydroponics bay. What we'll do is we'll put like a series of food processors right next to each other and have them producing milk, cheese, what have you, just all kind of just there. What we have set up right now is a fairly efficient, and when I mean efficient, I mean not using up protofuel or biofuel to power everything. This is all solar. I figured out a way to make solar work. Yay! Because the solar panels, the default setting for solar panels is 15 solar panels, which, if set up in this kind of setup, if done in this manner, is doable. 15 solar panels per base, very doable. If I tried to put this all into one base, if I tried to put all 20 of these constructors running all at the same time in a base, I wouldn't be able to do anything else other than refuel generators and over and over and over again. They're now just self-contained, constantly powered items. Granted, you had to go to space to do it, but okay. Let's get out of here. Open you up. Okay. Go make our rounds. Go down to the surface, get ourselves all the copper. Then we go to the moon. We go and get ourselves a whole bunch of iron. And iron and cobalt. And then we go to we warp to the other locations and pick up all the tier 2 and tier 3 materials that are out there. Copper deposit, go. Just waiting for the lagging to stop. And this one's empty. Stop. No, not. There we go. Like, nope, not. Okay, currently out of fuel. Might grab a little bit of fuel from my ship here. Manage to 200. Let that still run. We'll go over here. This other copper node. Alien tower. Up by this copper deposit. Grab what's here. Probably gonna have to grab one of these copper, because I think 3 might be overdoing it, maybe. Might be more than what I need right now. Yeah. Just pick it up. There we go. Yeah, I think 3 might be overdoing it. Just a little. Probably drop 1 onto the Protheum deposit, because we don't have one on one of those deposits. Gotta just make sure we don't run out of fuel. I'll check this one too. How much is left? 20%? Okay. Wait. What kind of how large was it? Medium? Okay, medium with 20% left. We'll just plant it and finish it off. Gun out. Come on. There we go. First quality, 144 per hour. It's fine. Get ourselves back to our ship with our extremely horrible jetpack. Yep. Up we go. Yeah, that is currently being worked on. Let's find the other copper deposit. It's anywhere nearby. There it is. Gotta hurry up before we run out of fuel. Oh, look, a temple. Oh, look, a whole bunch of nope. Stop it! Ah, shit. Shit. Go. Go faster. Go faster. Good thing this thing is pretty solid. Can take a couple of hits and be fine, but man, is it it's a little nerve-wracking. I just have to angle myself in such a fashion to where it takes off all the They now have small defense mini bases with plasma cannons around larger. Gives us more fire from all around. Yeah. Definitely something to be looking out for. I can't tell if there is one here. I can't tell, it's too dark. Fuck it. I'll just leave. I'll just get out of here. It's too dark and there's spiders there. We need shields. They're getting that. They're getting that eventually. Still pisses me off that they moved out the multiplayer scenario from single player. Yeah. Let's get ourselves to our space station, which is currently on the other side of the planet. Lovely. Because we need to refuel our... We need to refuel this thing. It's kind of running on fumes right now, so... I'll probably grab some off of the smaller ship. Because I'm not using that smaller ship right now. That smaller ship currently right now is just kind of there to give us the ability to still move around it should we die. But the whole idea is to get ships and come up with a plan that doesn't involve us dying a lot. So that we can move on to hardcore. Stop. Stop, please. There we go. It's up. Turn off main power.
Declined.
Okay. What do you say, lady? It took a little bit of damage. Load it up. Take what we have, which is not much copper, but grab a little bit of fuel off of our base. That's what it's there for. Let's see, how many pellets do I have right now? Have I turned it all into fuel? Not all of it, but enough. Let's go to here. Yeah. Not much. Yeah, we need to load up on protofuel. Well, protium to make a ton of fuel. But we got all this, so 500. That's where all our fuel went, and it went into those fuel tanks. Oh. Yeah. Grab more. There we go. Much better. Okay, we're good. Do turn on main power. Turn on main power.
Acknowledge.
See what kind of repairs I'm going to need to do on this thing. Oh, even close. The landing gear has to be on the block. There we go. The amount needed, repair blocks, 26 automatic mode. Iron ingots. I need 6 iron ingots. Yep. Grab 6 iron ingots then. Do they have to actually be iron ingots, or can they be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6? Try this. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if it will accept things made from iron ingots, or does it have to be exactly? If it's like the blueprints, I'm thinking anything that's made of that resource can be used. Nope. Yep, okay. Repair blocks. Oh. Prepare the template. Repair area. Previewing repair data. Ship is powered. Okay. I need to turn it off. Turn off main power. Turn off main power.
Accepted.
Repair. Nice. Repair complete. Nice. Okay. Okay, that's how it works. Sweet. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that's how it works. We learned something. Yay. Steel plates back. Actually, I'll probably grab a stack. Glass planes, mechanical, nanotubes. That's good. That's good. Okay, never mind. We don't need that many. Got like 2 stacks of each one, so. Okay, so we fueled up a little bit. Go to the moon. Turn on main power.
Accepted.
Okay, moon. The good thing is that we're coming up with a good process of making all these things. And this also gives us a good idea well before we're, you know, in that point of trying to make something. We'll have a good, this way, we have a good sense of what we're lacking when it comes to what particular ore. And currently right now it's the neodyme, whatever you call that stuff. Okay, try not to die. Ooh, and don't drop your drink. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna turn the auto brake back on. Let's see. We got an iron deposit over here. And we got a cobalt deposit up here. Oh, look, another protheum deposit. Yeah, we're probably going to be moving that protheum. We're going to be probably moving these things around a lot. Because eventually they're going to get to a point where they're going to be depleted and then we have to move them. But that's the point. Eventually here we're going to get to a I'm coming up, the beginning of next year is going to be me streaming for 3 years. That's going to be an odd feeling. And when I get to that point, I do want to move into getting myself a green screen. Mostly so that, you know, it's not this giant square in the corner here. Oh, there we go. And damn it. I'll grab you. That one's nearly out of fuel. Yeah, silicon deposit. Go check the meteorite while we're here too. How far away is it? I can't tell. Okay, it's about the same distance. Okay, that's fine. Go to the protheum meteorite. See if there's anything left on it. There should be. I didn't completely exhaust it, I don't think. Another very large iron deposit. Man, it would be so nice if we could be able to have multiple tier 3s onto one. Okay, is it still here? It is not still here, so we'll just get rid of that real quick here. Oh, not that. Oh my god. Okay. Meteorite. Get rid of that. No longer needed. You notice that the textures are kind of like flickering on the back there? Kind of weird. Okay, one of these silicon deposits has got to be the one that has an auto miner on it. Gotta be one of these. Which one? We're gonna find out. Not this one. Over here. Probably this one. Or it's... Oh, yeah, there it is. I see it. First quality. How much is left? Excuse me. I'd like to... Excuse me. You're in the way. Hello? Are you... I would really like to be able to click on this. That would be nice. It's like when you put... You select these things as being... Be nice to be able to, you know, click the waypoint and actually have it be the deposit itself. So you could be like, okay, how much is left? Harvest or left, medium, okay. Select the waypoint and have it show you all the information you would like to know. Manage, not that much. Probably 150. That'll work. There we go. Trying to get onto a flat surface here. That run. We need a lot of silicon for electronics and stuff like that. Electronics, generators, so on and so forth. Okay. I think that's everything on the planet right now. Look at the protheum deposit. I want to see how much is left on it, if anything. And it's gone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Protheum deposit's gone. Good. Okay. Very small. Silicon deposit. Magnesium deposit. I think all of the protheum... Yeah. There's no more protheum on this planet. Gotcha. Ooh. On this moon, I mean. I'm leaving. Up to Olympus Station. what's left of it. Also, we need a shit ton of protein pellets in order to be able to make a certain ammunition. And also the drill and turret charges. We need those made too. But we need the pellets for that. I'm down to reducing our speed here. Turn off main power.
Engaged.
Don't you mean disengaged? Okay, let's do this here real quick. Just a whole bunch of that. There we go. I can't seem to sprint with the heavy armor, which I guess is understandable a little bit. There we go. Really close that. Let's see here. We're doing our food. We probably should eat something. Then we have to go and get the warp crystals and head out to some of the other planets. Take care of that real quick here. These things grow fast. These plant protein ones, they grow pretty fast. A lot quicker than the grains. In fact, the grains seem to take the longest of all of them. There we go. Go out to here. I've dropped all the crystals over here just to kind of remind myself about the warp crystals where they're going to be refined. Grabbing half of them. Go down in here. Open it up. Turn on main power.
Engaging.
And leave. Okay, make sure that our fuel systems are maxed out. We go to here. Let's go here first. Lock target. Because it's a shorter distance. to max speed. Punch it.
Jumping.
Oh, I haven't even put. Okay, shoot. Forgot to turn that on. Let's fix that real quick. One. Start. Oops. Oh my god. Alright. Ah! Buttons. I used the numpad again. I do that by default. I'm so used to just hitting the numpad because it's a lot faster for me. I can go really fast on the numpad. Days of data entry. Entering data onto a spreadsheet. When you're typing in numbers, it's a lot quicker to just use the numpad than to use the numbers on the top of the keyboard. That's the problem. You get so used to doing it one way that you completely forget. You just kind of do it by default. Tab in, tab out. There we go. Okay. Estrium, we are so set on. So we need to go over here. I'm probably gonna grab one of the auto miners off the Estrium because we don't need that much anymore. We've got way too much. We need to flip it to the other side, so I'm probably gonna grab maybe one or two of the Estrium deposits and place them onto the zirconium. So that those things are just kind of passively being collected. Go through here real quick. See what's in here. Radiated fog for like a short period of time. Okay. There we go. Oh, found another Estrium deposit. Ain't that nice? Estranium? Unstidium? Yeah, that one's the closest. We'll go out to that one. So that one, grab it, move it. We haven't used our hovercrafts in a while. Or we had a use for it yet, so far. Now that we have the auto mining capability, it's kind of like makes you wonder why even. Just allows you to kind of just place them and go and do other things. Unless we're like severely lacking in a particular resource, we can always just dig a hole. There. Oh, stop it. Oh, wait. Auto braking. You, grab you, and then we will, no, not that, shift auto, pick you up. We'll just kind of like downgrade to 1. That'll keep a certain amount coming in at all times. But we've got so many ingots of this stuff kind of laying around at base that we're gonna need to move to a different type altogether. Okay. Grab this too. Grab you. Shift F. There we go. I'll go over to the zirconium here. They're picking that stuff up. That's a bunch of robots right there. I just saw that when we were going over their heads. That's a lot of robots. Okay, go this way. Let's go this way real quick. Check on this one. Make sure it's still powered up. Grab what's there, refuel it, and then we'll move to the others. That's a good potential spot back there. Map. Yeah, right here. Base location. Else top. Oh. Go 01. Excuse me. I put a marker there. Why you don't put marker there? There. Yeesh, fucking hell. It's like, excuse me, I put a base location. Oh, what the? Lies, all of it. I did place a marker, just not where I wanted to place a marker. I'll make sure this thing's fueled. I get nice and close to your place so I don't have to move that far. So I'm a lazy shit. Okay. let that one keep running. Okay. We're gonna go this way. I'm also gonna drop one Procyon deposit too. How much Procyon is on it though? That one's a small one. One's zirconium deposit. That's yttrium deposit. Zirconium. Small, 90% left. Okay, so we're gonna be going that one first. So that one, drop one. Go to the next one. Drop it. And we'll just leave the Protheum for later. Because we do have one being worked on. Once it's exhausted, then we'll move it around. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be shooting for. I'm going to be shooting for an island base on this planet. Because there's just a ton of ground troops all over the place. So I don't have to worry about them walking up to my front door. And I don't have to put a wall up. I'll just put it on an island. And then we'll just put a bunch of turrets around it that shoot anything that gets close up in the air, like the drones. Land real quick. Yeah, that's just the regular dudes. Nothing to worry about. Nope. Drop. Yep. Let that run. Some material we're lacking on, but is something that we are running low on. That's why I'm dropping them. And we don't have any we didn't have any auto miners mining that resource, so wanted to make sure that that was taken care of now. Minigun drone. Where are you guarding? Iron deposit. Oh. And a space hub. Oh, a shuttle hub. Hello. That's cool. But task at hand. Let's not get too sidetracked. Have to go and check that out later. Wait. That is not natural. That's a wreckage. And that's the advanced base right there. I'm still slowly coming up with a heavy combat ship. Still trying to Still trying to figure out to where it will work. Okay, this is the one that will place right here. Yep, that's as close as we'll get. Time to leap. Up we go. Okay, now we just go back to our home planet, drop off what we have, and then we'll go to the planet that has all the tier 2 deposits on it. Bear Octane, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Okay, back to here. Lock target. Make sure we have the fuel for this. Full speed ahead. And punch it. Playing on a PvP server? No. No. Punch it.
Preparing for jump.
Verity, I swear to God, you sometimes don't listen to me. No, I'm not playing on any servers right now. Mostly because I'm trying to perfect designs for single player hardcore playthroughs. That's what eventually I'm going to be getting into, is doing difficult. So I'm going to ramp up all the difficulties and I'm going to make it hardcore. So I'm trying to make ship designs that can survive that kind of play. You play on a PvP server? Yeah. The designs, when it comes to designing anything in this game, I've noticed in a lot of other games that have PvP, the mindsets and the designs are completely different. So I want to tackle at least hardcore single player first, and then once I understand like placement of parts and all that kind of stuff, then I have to figure out how to be able to adapt them to survive encounters with players, because there are certain things that you can't do in PvP that you can do in single player. Like, for instance, the placement of your core. You almost have to put your core surrounded by like 4 layers of combat steel just to make it sure that it doesn't get destroyed. And there's also the placement of your guns, having to make it to where, you know, when you place your guns, they don't get immediately, so that someone can't just shoot a bunch of rockets at you and destroy all of your turrets all at once. So you have to separate them out by a certain degree. Then there's the fact that all of your turrets explode upon being destroyed. So if they explode and they're close to anything vital, then yeah. It's almost like you have to build a ship that's one giant brick with a ton of, a ton of blocks separating each and every component. Which, I mean, from that idea alone just makes it look like it's going to look like a very ugly ship for PvP. So trying to figure out how to make one that looks, halfway decent and doesn't look like a complete garbage. Doesn't look like complete garbage when you make it. It's difficult. Also, it seems to me for the idea of PvP, bigger isn't necessarily better. You almost want to make a small, very lightweight, very fast ship with whatever happens to be the strongest gun in the game, which is probably going to be either homing missiles or probably plasma cannons. But plasma cannons are very, very slow and easy to dodge if you know they're coming. Turn off main power.
Initiating.
There we go. That's why I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what the strengths and the disadvantages of all the weapons, which I'm going to eventually get to. I'm going to literally build all of the weapons, kind of line them up onto a platform and make kind of like a target dummy, which has a player core and then just a bunch of layers of stuff in between. And then I'll shoot at it and see how much damage it does to the block I hit, and then the surrounding blocks, and then how much damage it causes deeper within the armor layers. That's something I'm gonna have to figure out later. Right now I'm trying to figure out production. So material production, because I'm trying to figure out how to be able to make large builds in a survival environment. There we go. Then we'll do this. More steel plate. Okay, I got cobalt ingots. I got silicon ingots. I'm probably gonna have to drop that here for now. Got copper ingots. Those are gonna be with the, where is it? Electronics. Okay. Cobalt ingots have to be put somewhere. Yeah, that's more silicon ingot. That's computer. Okay, cobalt. Eventually, this will get to the point where I know this pretty much backwards, forwards, and inside out. So I don't have to think about it too much. But having it set up this way, having each and every component having its own constructor, means that if I'm low on something, I will know immediately, because I won't be able to make a certain component. I'm trying to make it to where I will always have a full stack, which is 999 of any item in the game. Of, any component in the game. Not any item, just any component. So I don't have to go searching through through all my inventories to find what I'm missing. Okay, we're gonna fuel. Kind of. We have to go to the next planet here. Grab one of these. Currently, right now, this particular ship is like my go-to. Turn on main power.
Affirmative. Stand by.
You can go higher than 999. Yeah, I know. But the way I plan on doing this is, these are where all the components are going to be made, and pretty much when I go and grab a stack, I build another stack, and then I bring it over to the advanced constructor, and that's where final assembly will be made. I was tired of having 4 to 5 stacks of 999 on the constructor, so I used the mod that increases it to 10 times more. Just needed a build to list. That's a lot of mats just sitting there doing nothing. Well, that is true, yeah. But it's a lot faster, too. Because in the game, if you go and say, okay, put all of your ingots all into one constructor, say an advanced constructor, and let's say I'm building a giant destroyer, which happens to be over there. If I'm making a giant destroyer and I want to make a ton of hardened steel blocks, I have to wait on one constructor to basically build all of that, and it has to turn the ingots into steel plates into hardened plates, then the combination of the steel plate and the hardened plate into a hardened steel block, and then repeat the process over and over again. But if I make it to where all of my steel plates and hardened plates are in a completely separate system and a completely separate constructor, it means that those are all made. I just move all the hardened plates and the steel plates over to the advanced constructor and it just pumps them out really, really quickly. That's what I'm trying to do. If I just have one constructor do all the process, it can only construct one thing at a time, which makes it extremely slow. Especially when I'm going to be going and making like large builds like that. I need something that's a lot faster. Because we always had the problem of getting to a point where we run out of blocks to place, and then we go and build more, and by the time we finished with the amount that we had, we come back and only 8 blocks were made. And it's just like, we can't do this. Okay, punch it. Oh my god. Jesus. Had to hit. She's not listening. I'm not saying one constructor, but one for each craftable item is a little much. Have like a row of 10 at endgame and keep the ingots under them in storage. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm not looking to be, I've got them all powered by solar panels, so I'm not looking to go full on efficiency. Even with fast construction, some stuff has a very long crafting time. Yeah. If that's your idea of fun, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty much, it makes it to where I can have like 20 things going on at the same time and not have to worry about any of them interfering with each other. That's my idea. Because let's say I want to make a bunch of plasma turrets. Well, all the items that it needs to make are already made. All I have to do is just grab a stack of each and then say, make me 20 turrets. It's trying to find a way of getting past the wait time. So that you don't have to go into just build it in creative, which pretty much most people do. Most people do just go straight into creative and say, screw it, I'm just going to make it in creative and then I'll gather materials and make the blueprints and then have the blueprints make everything I need. You said solar, is your power going to handle 20, 30 constructors making all those at once? Yeah. The way I have it set out is, you saw all 5 of those, you saw those 4 collections of 5. Each 5 is powered by 15 solar panels. I did the math. 5 large constructors is currently powered by 15 solar panels. And I did that like 4 times. So I made a blueprint of 1 and did that 4 times. So they're all on their own separate system, all powered by solar, not a single drop of proto fuel. Even the furnaces. I have 2 furnaces. Each one is their own separate system of 15 solar panels. So 15 solar panels is currently powering 1 furnace. So all I have to do is grab my ore, drop it in the furnace, it does its thing. Yeah. Normally what people would do when it comes to that kind of a setup, they just go and have a huge collection of generators. They just have a whole bunch of generators with a bunch of fuel tanks, and they'll just pump a whole bunch of fuel in and have them all running at the same time on the same system, which you could do. But I just wanted to see if I could have it all run off of solar panels, completely separate. And what's cool about it is that it can, the way I have it set up is it's expandable. If I need more constructors, I just build another set of 5. Need a little factoria added in where it will pull from other areas in the base automatically. Constructors pull from furnaces, etc. Yeah, that currently right now that's not a thing, sadly. Once they actually start doing stuff like that, then it would make a lot more sense to have all these constructors onto the same, attached to the same base. So you'd be like, okay, drop all my ingots in, and then it goes from one constructor to the next constructor to the next constructor. So you have multiple things building all at the same time rather than one at a time. Ah, landed too heavily. Oh, nice. Drop that right here. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if they added that, that would be great. That would be pretty awesome for them to just add that to the game, where all we have to do is just drop the ore in, and it auto completes it all for you. Even better would be having it to where you can set limits. It's like, okay, I want this many fiber optics available at any time. I want this much glass. I want this much steel plate. And when the system starts to see that you're running low on something, it automatically pulls all of the materials needed for it, builds it, and refills a stack or something like that. Landed elegantly like one-way truck. Yep. Exactly. That's a build to list. Yeah. Yeah, if we had a build to list in the game, that would be great. So that all we have to do is concentrate on gathering the materials, dropping them into a chest somewhere, and it automatically pulls and does everything you want it to do. But right now, I'm kind of doing a similar thing, but manually. But I'm currently right now just kind of grabbing what's currently out on our auto miners, and then I'm going to head back and we're going to start trying to mass produce a bunch of steel plate, hardened plate, and then turn them into blocks, and so that we can start returning to our destroyer build, so we can get the outside of the ship made, so we can move on to the inside of the ship, and then adding all the components onto it. And then once we're done with the destroyer, then we have to park it somewhere, so we have to make ourselves a dry dock for it. And then I have to make the accompany ships with it, because I'm going to be making a heavy combat SV, which is currently kind of in a holding pattern while I try to figure out how it's going to look. The heavy combat ship is going to be something that's going to have 3 or 4 different types of guns, and it's going to be surrounded in combat steel. This particular ship is just a medium combat ship. It's got missile launchers and chain guns, and it's surrounded in heavy plate, well, hardened steel plate. This thing is good against things like points of interest with a couple of turrets, but if it wanted to go and take out like a heavily defended area, it wouldn't do really well. Mostly because the cockpit is kind of out in the open, so it's extremely fragile if it gets hit from the side, because all the armor is currently located in the front. And up we go. So we got a whole bunch of neodyme ingots. Well, neodyme ore we have to turn into ingots. Once we get the destroyer made and we get the dry dock for the destroyer made, then we have to go through and figure out a surface base. That's another thing I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out a good way of a good modular expandable option for that. Go on. Here we go. Yeah, full speed. Punch it.
Frameshift activated.
I wasn't noticing right away. Like, hello, 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 hello. Also, the overall goal of this playthrough is one, destroying and dismantling every single point of interest in the game, in the play area that we currently have. So all the planets. 2, mining up all the resources. And 3, building a giant 500-meter long battle cruiser. That's why I'm trying to make all this stuff in huge bulk, because when we go to move to making a 500-meter long battle cruiser with guns and hangars and lots of miscellaneous decorative things on board, I need to have the supplies to do it. And if we go and clear out every single point of interest, salvage all the supplies, get all the deposits mined out completely. 500 meters, that's 250 blocks, pretty big. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of trying to figure out the factory end of things, the production of supplies and stuff like that, so that we're not waiting on anything. It will be a long project. The Battlestar Galactica has 350 meters long, can't load it all in one go. Yeah. This thing is about half the size. It's about 200 meters, the destroyer. But once we make the battle cruiser, then I think I'll pretty much have everything figured out and ready to go for a hardcore playthrough. I'll have pretty much the blueprints I need, both for surface side and in space. Pretty much kind of, polished enough, but yeah. The ship will be obsolete once you are able to build it. You won't have anything to fight it with. Yeah, a giant ship that big, it's only there to look pretty. I mean, it's giving me a goal, a huge goal. The battlecruiser is the huge goal. It's like, okay, what will get me to play this game really for a very, very long time? And a giant structure of some sort. There's a scenario we can fight lots and lots of NPCs. Well, that works. Same with the destroyer. I don't plan on flying the destroyer around very often, but it's going to be there. And it's going to be in a dry dock looking all cool with spotlights on it. Just because. That's why I'm doing the destroyer, so that it's kind of like a dry run for the giant battlecruiser. I thought it had a pretty good ship, tested the scenario, and the ships there had huge amounts of DPS. And then 0.9 comes out and breaks half of everything. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But hey, if I just technically, if I just wanted to go as far as being able to survive, like the survival aspect of the game, if I just wanted to go as far as just surviving, I would have already have achieved it by now. Because I would have been like, okay, I've got a system that keeps me alive and defends me. Okay, now what? Oh. Sometimes when it comes to these kind of building survival games, you have to choose a goal for yourself that's so imaginably huge that it would take you a long time to achieve. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going for something that's so imaginably huge that would take me months to achieve. That's about time they bring out the shields. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, if they had shields, some of my smaller ships would probably be viable. I wouldn't have to put so much armor on some of my, so much armor on some of my vehicles. Okay. So that's currently being made. I got estrium ingots. Let's go and put them over here. Probably with the estrium gel. I didn't die. How did you? Hey, hey, meme. How's it going? Good. You didn't die. That's a good thing. Hopefully the tornado didn't cause too much damage. It'd be cool to have a few more things like beam weapons and smaller weapons. Yeah, that would be nice. It would be nice to have a pulse rifle and a laser rifle, you know, where you have a rifle that's a beam and then you have another rifle that's just like electric bullets or something like that. Something you'd see on, like, I don't know, Star Wars, Star Trek. Something like that. Or you have one rifle that's a constant beam and then another one that's just like bolts, you know, plasma bolts or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Something, things, and other things. Yeah, let's go and grab some steel plate and start producing the hard steel blocks we're going to need. We're building out the back. Look at all that steel plate. So much steel plate. There's like that. You see a laser pistol and a laser rifle. They fire bolts. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't exactly used them much, mostly because the regular rifle does like 5 more damage. But again, that's something I'm gonna have to learn about. I gotta play around with the benefits and disadvantages of all the weapons, their fire characteristics, and all that. Yep. And steel blocks. Make a bunch of those. Just wait for that to complete. Just not a continuous beam, yeah. Yeah, trying to make weapons in games is kind of like it's a very difficult process, mostly because you don't know how people are going to play, and I don't even know if a continuous beam rifle would even be viable in this game, since they have so many different types of weapons in the game already. Beam weapons are surprisingly difficult to code in a shooter type game. Most times when you see it done, it's particle effects, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's still going. Did I mention that mod allows capital weapons to work on plants? Laser rifle has 100 ammo instead of 50. Feels really awesome. Doesn't really add much. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that you were modding this game already. Which is a good time while it's still in early development. Iron blocks, okay. Still got a whole bunch still saved up here. I have that working. Okay. Okay. Let's go over to here with the blocks that we currently have. I'm still trying to, off stream, I've been tearing this old space station down, grabbing the blocks and the supplies off of it. I'm looking forward to when this game releases and all the mods that people come up with. As long as it feels right, doesn't matter. The lasers are decent enough to feel good. Yeah. Yeah. Flashlight, please. Thank you. Okay. Well, this is the destroyer as we have it right now. You know, I made some pretend giant turrets because it just seems, you know, reasonable to do, but the functional turrets are all going to be here. So it's going to be a combination of cannons and plasma cannons. And it's going to have a maximum amount of each. And then there's also going to be rocket turrets and the smaller turrets, defense turrets all over it. And I still have to figure out the bottom of the ship. I'm probably gonna build this thing first and then move to you know, creating the outside of the ship as combat steel later on. Mostly because the combat steel is probably it's gonna require a lot of hardened plate. Okay. Trying to figure out where I should start. Probably right here. Need to fill this thing in. Those mock-up turrets look really good. Wish there was an alternative looks, the weapon turrets that we currently have. Even some old models look good on some situations. Yeah. Yeah, currently right now I'm just kind of trying to make them look, you know, reasonable. In fact, you got the double barrel ones on the back, but I'm gonna have like a series on the belly of this thing of triple barrel turrets, much larger versions that will just kind of look like they're on the belly of this thing. But again, this thing is not necessarily going to be flown, it's just here for show. There. Should probably put this on mirror mode. The texture cool, you can make them feel really nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's something we'll have to play around with. Let's see here. Probably need to do this instead. I need to make that a sharper angle. Or a shallower angle, however you want to put it. And let's go and put the mirror mode on here real quick. Symmetry. There's the center. Need to put it like right here. There we go. There. We can do this. Like that. And we do this. There. A little bit of a sharper angle right there. Probably have to do something similar over here too. Unfortunately, I can't remove asymmetry. I can only add asymmetry. Yeah. Do that. And that. Over here. Hey, Nessa, how's it going? Now that we got the factory up and running, anytime I need anything for this build or any other later builds, I will just have the supplies and I could just grab what I need and drop it in. Make sure they sure are taking some time to come out with the shields. Doesn't seem that easy. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. See here, let's. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's gonna come out really nicely. I'm thinking just having it to where this entire cylinder kind of just goes down. Yeah, that will come out. That will come out nicely. Let's go with that. That'll come out real nice. Put it right there. Here. Another benefit to making these large builds is that it causes me to get better at building things in this game, because the better I am at building, the more options I'll have available to me when it comes to building combat ships. The more I'll understand how the blocks all fit together, so that I can get really good at placing things like generators, fuel tanks, stuff like that, place them in spots that are easily protected and also won't get hit by incoming projectiles and all that kind of stuff. Okay, drop you right there. Also have to make sure I have enough room so that I can make a giant engine room in here. Yeah, engine room. But you can see all these cylinders, they're designed to look like fake. They're fake engines. With the size of that turret, it would take an actual artillery in there. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much yeah, when it comes to this game, some of these turrets on this thing could easily fit a crew inside of it, which would be awesome. It'd be awesome to have like actual NPCs doing work, which they do, but they kind of just stand there. They don't actually do anything. It would be pretty cool to have, you know, a crew that actually does something. You actually see them moving around while in combat doing things. That'd be pretty sweet. You can have them there? Really? Fill this in a little bit. I also don't want to put anything on this thing that will make it look small. I want a little bit of size comparison in here. So that when you're far away from this thing, it actually looks huge rather than, you know, looking tiny. I have to put something there. Something right here has to be put. I might actually put... Yeah, there is CV artillery placements. I could probably put one right here. Right there, right behind the engines. That might be a good spot. There's enough empty space around it to where it won't hit anything. That's a good angle. There's those pilot NPC crew, but the consoles doesn't work much at like a targeting console. We really need one like that. Yeah, we need NPCs that have their own stats. I mean, go whole ham with the RPG element to this game, where you can get crew that the more you're in combat, let's say they're like, they give bonuses to your ship, like the targeting ability of your turrets become better if you have that crew member on board, stuff like that. That'd be cool, because then you could go out to the space stations and find crew to benefit your ship or your space station or what have you. Like, have a life support officer who, if you get him on your space station, it improves the efficiency of your life support systems. That'd be cool. which would mean that if they die, let's say in combat they die, it's like a horrible thing. You're like, oh, no, there goes my bonus. I'm gonna angle that right here. And if the developers don't add it to the game, that would be something that modder should definitely add to the game. That sounds good, but each turret is managed individually, and each turret has its own tracking speed and priorities. To apply a buff over those things might take a lot of unnecessary work. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, getting crew members that per turret would be nice. So certain crew members bonuses only goes towards that turret, that particular turret. Slowly filling in top part of the ship. One of the biggest difficulties is going to be trying to fill in all the inside of this ship. The inside of the ship is going to be interesting to try and fill in. There we go. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the bottom right here. I could do something like this instead. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Go with that. That worked. And right there. I don't hate it. Still on that. There. Probably do something similar over here. I just don't want a whole bunch of too many flat surfaces right next to each other, or at least, like, I'm trying to make the back of this thing not look like a giant box. And we'll do that. Yeah. Also, when I'm finished with this design, I will upload it to the workshop, so y'all can try to fly it around. Watch the fuel tank completely empty right before your eyes. It's like, I'm just gonna move forward. Where's all my fuel going? That's literally how it's gonna. That's literally what's gonna happen. This is kind of like one of those ships that you'd probably just like make and then park somewhere, and just kind of look at it or use it like a space station of some sort. Not something you'd want to fly around very often. We'll do that. Back to here. We shall find out. Yep, we shall find out, because currently right now what the rear engines are currently are, well, currently there's 3 of them, but there's going to be 4 cruise engines, extra large cruise engines. We're going to have probably, when we don't have the cruise engines engaged, we'll probably have, I'm probably going to replace all these with the medium ones. We might even go as far as putting the large ones right here. So if we replace all of the fake ones with actual engines, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I think it's funny that that obsessed ghost dubbed this ship the Tooth Fairy, mostly because the front of the ship, I went with a serrated tooth edge to the front of this thing. So that the front of this thing just looks all menacing and stuff. It looks like a giant dagger in the front. It's pretty sweet. It'll look even more awesome once we put textures on it. Probably we're gonna put some windows in the front there. You should also place some space between the engines in case one explodes. Doesn't destroy the other. You can use has an explode radius? Okay. Make room between them? Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Something to separate them a little bit. Just enough. Yeah, fake engines in between them. Yeah. We'll probably put a real engine right next to a fake engine. That'd probably be the simplest and quickest option. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So we'll probably have to do something completely different. This. Probably do something like this right here instead. Yeah, that works. I took my build into combat. It survived a bit, but the components inside were getting blown up due to the explosions passing a yeah, that's a good point. I do want to make this thing to where if you have enough fuel to fly it, it should be functional, rather than just being a decorative piece. That'd probably be a smart thing to do. There we go. Okay. I think we've nearly gotten the entire top of the ship filled in. Okay. Let's see here. Probably want to put something right here. Do that. that. And then we'll do something like this. All the way up to here. Let me do that. Okay. And then we'll put something probably on top of this thing. Yeah, remember that you might want to change these to angled blocks instead. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, okay. I was just like, huh? Wah? Okay. Place these right there to continue that angle right there. And then probably, let's see here, probably this way? Like that. And then probably some type of piece right here. This piece, I'm thinking. Yes. Okay. There we go. The same over here. There. Better. Okay. That is the top, okay. We still have to get the bridge. We have to get the navigation area right above the... We have to have a navigation deck, which has got to be a lot larger than the one that we have on the Reclaimer. So we need something that's decently sized for this kind of a ship. And then above that is going to be the bridge. And it's all going to be up here. And then below, in this area, gotta put some stuff right there, and then we'll start working on the bottom half of the destroyer here. Fill this in. Okay. What could we put here? Because we got this like spine, or this split spine right here. What could we put here? Much of this design has no plan to it. I'm just kind of I'm really just making this up as I go. When it comes to the design of this thing. Okay. Do this real quick. I just want to make it recessed a little bit here. I'm gonna work our way up from there. That'll work. That'll work. I'm fine with that. There. That looks good. I'll go with that. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Navigation area. Here's the center elevator. This is the longest elevator on the ship. This is going to go all the way down to the engine room. We're going to have several elevators in here. Probably down the spine of the ship to get us around to the different areas. All the way from the hangar deck to the bridge, down to the engine room. Now, let's see here. How are we gonna go about? Monorail SV might be fun. True. We'd have to have it have docking ports on it, so that when we get to one end or the other, we can immediately dock it, because we can't move a CV without any of the ships inside currently docked to it. So we might make something like that just because we can, kinda. Yeah, I'm gonna do something like this because I feel like I want to put stuff here. So what I'm gonna do, probably move up a little bit, and then from here do something like this. Want to have something that's kind of hanging out the back here a little bit. I want to make it a little bit elevated. And do something like this. Something big enough as a navigation area. Because I'm thinking something similar to what we have over here, where it's two-tiered. We have the bottom part where most of the action happens, and then you have a rear part. I'm thinking about just taking that idea and expanding upon it. So we'll probably have stairs on either side of the elevator right here that lead up into a rear section here. And then we could put a turret down here in the direct center, shooting in the back. Maybe like a rocket launcher or something like that. Let's see here. How wide are we going to make this thing? Trying to think about the windows here. Because I'm probably going to be making this kind of like a little bit flat nose, but also goes out into an angle here. Angled windows. I'm just trying to figure out, do I want to go 45 degrees? Or do I want to make it a little bit sharper? to where I do the 2x1 angled slope windows on the navigation area. Probably do something slightly a combination of both. I could probably do something like this. And then right here, cube right there. We could put something like this right here. Right there. Oh, wait. Like that. So it's like 3 windows here, and then it goes into a 2x1, and then a 1x1 slope, and then a straight, and then a window right here. Yeah, I think that will be good. We gotta need to do something like this, so it's not, so it looks all nice and on the inside of it. We'll do this, and then we'll put some armored windows right here. And then up here. Yeah, we'll go like that. Then we do something like this. Like that. Like right there. This is why I told you that my designs would not survive PvP. Definitely not survive PvP. Because this amount of windows, yes, it looks nice, especially on the inside. When you look on the inside or on the outside, it looks nice, but that's a huge no. In fact, if you're going to probably be making anything in PvP, it's probably going to require very few windows, if any at all. Windows of any kind is kind of a structural weakness. In fact, there's an issue with blocks like this, angled blocks. They have fewer hit points than the other blocks. There we go. It's not like that small little block is going to have the same 2,000 hit points that a combat steel block, well, a full square combat steel block is going to have. Which is understandable and kind of disappointing, but... do this. Do that real quick. That's the very top. I think. Do that real quick. And fill out the roof of this thing. We gotta put the bridge on top of. At least it's only one. Not on opposite sides of the ship. Okay. Okay. Also want to fill in the inside of this a little bit. There you go. There we go. Gonna be 2 blocks tall, apparently. Ain't that nice? I was expecting it to be 1 block. Okay. I have to think about, be careful, think about the second story area here. Probably remove these to allow me to Raleigh right here. In fact, I could probably just leave that right here. There's the elevator. I'm gonna do something like this. Like that. Give us enough headroom in order to get up to the top part of the ship. Ooh, actually. Actually might do something like that, so we can use the elevator or use the stairs. Do this instead. We'll have, I'll use slope blocks just to act as temporary stairs. Something like that. Then we go up these things, and then we have another set of stairs, which brings us up to the bridge. We can use the elevator or the stairs to get up there. Okay, so what are we gonna do back here? Fill that in. Look back at it. I'm thinking about the T, like a T pattern, like kind of make it wider back here. So it's kind of a little bit almost over this part, a little bit. I just have to keep in mind that anything I add to the back here, I have to texture. So here. Like that. Something like that. This. I'm thinking something like this. Because I'm thinking like officers' quarters back here, maybe. I don't know. Two by three, some windows back here. A huge ship. Maybe, possibly. I feel like I just need to add something below that. It just kind of seems out of place. Could I put down there? Something like this, maybe? Because it's kind of just hanging out. Yeah, that would work. Damn it. Oh, snuck out of nowhere. No, there's enough room for a couple turrets underneath this thing. That might fill in this area a little bit. That's another thing I need to keep in mind, that I don't add too many blocks in right now, because there are decorative things I need to add to it, like antennas and radar dishes and stuff like that. So trying not to go too overboard with that kind of stuff. Oh, wait. There we go. Something. Nope, can't do that. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Shift on that. Pull you in a little bit. Here. Stairs go up into here. Probably have it empty out. The elevator empty out on both sides in the same spot where the stairs go. We're gonna have to put railing right here. Do that. that. Yeah. Into there. That's the very top of the ship, so we can fill it out to here. And the entirety of the top of the ship filled in here real quick. There we go. Then we go over into here, which is where the bridge will be located. And I do want this thing to be a little armored, so that it can take a direct hit without completely losing, you know, all of the components up there. We'll probably put like a backup bridge somewhere on board, somewhere deeper in the ship, probably near the engine room. We'll probably put another like tactical bridge or something like that. See how far out I want to go. Probably to here. That might be a good spot. What the? Game? Bridge. I don't like this. Here. This one's gonna be very, very basic design a little bit, because I have to put the much tougher combat windows on board. We'll just put the regular windows right here. That sounds good. Not gonna be a crazy bridge, but meant to be small and heavily armored. Makes it harder to hit. Do this real quick. We do that. We'll do something like angled like this, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. This thing's kind of jutting out, so all you need just a regular square right there. The windows. I should probably I'm gonna make those windows like right now. Also, we're running low on oxygen, so we need to go and take care of that like right now. Okay, so let's see here. Windows, we got a lot of those. So these ones, heavy windows, which requires hardened steel and glass. Steel plates, hardened steel plates, and glass, yeah. It's almost as much hit points as combat steel. Almost. Slightly. One thing I do have to figure out though is, well, are we going to allow this giant ship to land on a surface? Do we need landing gear? And that's why I wanted to do the top first, then the bottom, because still trying to figure out if I'm going to allow it to be able to land on a surface of anything, or if I'm going to leave it as being just a strict space vessel, because this thing is large as hell. Massive ship. Because the number of engines we're going to have pointed down just to get off of the surface of certain planets is just going to be ridiculous. Then once we get the ship, the outside of the ship finished, then we start brainstorming names for this thing. What we're gonna call it, because the look of it may change depending on stuff and things. Artemisia, stone dust. I need to remove things and move things. Water container. Got so many vegetables. Yeah, I'll just grab run out of space. There. Down. Waiting for this. Quickly eat it. Get out of here. Might as well bring this down to the constructors because, you know. Or we could just bring it out to the large constructors as turn it into plastic. There we go. Well, I'm getting the silhouette I'm looking for. I want the top of that ship to look like, you know, a battleship or any other modern destroyer. That's what I'm looking for. Go to here. Drop it into plastic. Because we're going to need those for all of the decorative devices, all the decorations that we're going to have inside of this thing. I'm anxious to see what the final amount when it comes to plastic. When it comes to all the plastic plants we're going to have on board, all the decorative consoles. It's going to probably be a lot. Pink. There. Armored windows for the bridge. It's not pretty, but it's functional. Might as well do these two. Okay, those won't work there. But I will put them back here. There. I need one more to fill that out. we'll just do regular hardened, regular armored windows right here. Then we gotta go to the... Then we have to go and do the very bottom of the ship. And that is going to be some interesting finagling, really. Let's make one of you for now. We're going to have... Closer to the body of the ship, when we start making windows, we're going to make them all armored in places. Especially on the flat surfaces on the sides. That's where they're going to have to be. Armored windows, okay. Armored windows, make like 50 of them. Start working on the bottom of here. As we go, we're gonna be, well, making this thing look a little bit more like a destroyer. You should make a bait core, paint it red, surround it with windows. Good. So that if someone gets, if someone tries to, break on board and go searching through the ship, yeah. Rather than shooting it with their ship, they like sneak on board and start destroying things. Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah, make a fake core. Commando style, right? Yep. Commando style. Yeah, I have a fake core somewhere. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to fill in the center part and then start working on the bottom. You creative man. Nice. Yeah. That's a tall ship. This is a tall ship. This is one hell of a tall ship. And I just saw that. There you go. Okay, at the bottom of the ship we need to figure out here and the bottom of the ship. Let's see here. Oh, right there. Actually, I probably could do that real quick. Do something like this. And then right here. Like that. Just a little bit of a recess here. In architecture, they designed the floor plan, then the outside, so they know how much they need to put inside. Seems like you got plenty of room, though. Yeah. A lot of the ship is just going to be just redundant space. I mean, just kind of making areas of the ship that have no function, but they just are kind of there to make it look nice. Like designing the ship to where you have generators that are just there to be as a redundant system. I'm kind of breaking up flat surfaces, so I don't have one giant flat surface in the center part here. Just kind of zigzagging it a little bit, just to kind of make it look interesting. Do that. I'd put thrusters there. I'd put thrusters there. The rest would be a shoebox. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we could put like thrusters right here if we wanted to. The back engine is where all the main engines are, but we'd probably want to have like what looks like maneuvering thrusters. Maybe these will be pointed out this direction, that way. The left to right action right there. Or we'll put them right there, and these will be pointed back. There's a lot we could do. While I'm giving myself enough surface areas that are kind of pointed in all directions in this part, allowing me to do things with it. There's also the fact that we have to have like outside hatches, mostly so that if we're on a particular floor and we want to quickly get to the bridge, we could skip all of it. You know, go out the door, go straight up. Or, you know, having hatches to where when we go and make the dry dock, we could have like an entrance area of some sort. You know, make it look like a docking port. Let's actually do something like this. Right there. That way we can have forward-facing engines right there. We do this. There we go. Fill that part in. There we go. Right there. Right there. There. I see a gap right there. There. Okay. Okay, we gotta fill in this spot right here. Something like that. Yeah, sometimes the symmetry gets buggy, mostly from removing parts and adding new parts. If you remove a part, you have to remove it from both sides. Yeah, looks good. I do know that when it comes to symmetry, when it comes to adding textures, sometimes the symmetry kind of bugs out and the blocks don't texture the same way on both sides. which can get annoying. Definitely annoying. There we go. Okay, we need to add a block right there. There we go. Probably gonna have to add it like this instead. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Now the bottom of the ship. This giant... Holy crap area right here. Wonder what the size of this thing is right now. What class is it? Class size. Still, it went from a 3 to a 4. So it's a class 4 right now. With the number of blocks and the amount of space it currently takes up. Yeah. Triangle count. 43,946 triangles. That's a lot of triangles. 19,000 iron ingots. 20,000 sathium ingots, because we're using hardened steel, and that will go up when if we ever decide to upgrade this thing up to combat steel on the outside. I mean, who would be crazy enough to turn the outside of this ship into combat steel? Who would be crazy enough to do that? Okay. Okay. How? Oh dear, how are we going to get the bottom of this ship figured out here? Probably do a similar angle down this way. Who would be crazy enough to build it from combat steel? Yeah, right? I would have done it with combat steel, but they changed it to where it doesn't take 2 hits with the multi-tool to disassemble things with that many hit points. So, yeah, I'm using hardened steel, so all I have to do is click each block twice to disassemble it. That's why I started out with hard steel, and then go to combat steel later, if I want to. Ugh. It just makes it easier to... It makes the construction of this thing a lot more reasonable. Upgrade the whole thing? Yeah. It's gonna take... It would take a while to go throughout the entire surface of this thing and upgrade it to combat steel. It'd take a while. Boy, would it take a while. Let's see here. How am I gonna do this? Because I want the larger fake turrets to be in a line, much like you'd see on a destroyer or a battleship. So I'm gonna have to put areas where they're like alcoves or something like that. Actually, they can't be alcoves because you have to give the idea that these things can rotate from one side of the ship to the other. So they need to be dead center on the belly. No, I didn't want to do that. Good luck landing it like that, though. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is, do I even want this thing to land on the surface of a planet? Do I want this thing to just remain in space permanently? I mean, the easy answer would be yes. Just make it to where it just stays in space. By holding control? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You want to be able to land on repair pads, I promise. Probably, yeah. That's true. So, how could I do that? Man, too bad they don't have landing gear that is gigantic. They have large landing gear, but they don't have things that go beyond just a block or two away from. They don't expand like 5 blocks, which would be great. They had landing gear that was that large. The other problem that we have, that if we were to land on a surface of a planet, is trying to get onto the ship, because we could get off the ship by getting back on the ship. Build legs. What about little bitty legs? Yeah. Because I want if we're going to be able to land, we have to be able to land anywhere. Or at least most places. Have a dedicated SV as a lander. True, yeah. Make a SV kind of like the way to get on and off the ship. Yeah, I could probably do that. I like putting docking pads on the roof of the HV and sticking it to the bomb. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Definitely could do that. That would work. Okay, so let's just kind of slowly work our way to where we're going to put the landing gear. First and foremost, let's get in the bottom half of this ship right here. I'd love to see elevators, right? Yeah. I'd love to be able to see devices that you park underneath, kind of like what you'd see in Subnautica with the subs, with the Seamoth and stuff like that, where it's these arms that come down, grab it, and pick it up into the ship. I would love that. This is almost like as big as an Imperial Star Destroyer. I would never land that thing. Tractor beams? Yeah, tractor beams would be nice. Yeah, this thing, yeah, trying to land this thing on the surface of the planet would be a process. That would be sure. That would be for sure. Let's see here. Probably do something like this. Landing that planet would be such a waste of fuel. It would be, wouldn't it? Oh my god, it would. It would be such a waste of fuel. You'd go onto the surface of a planet and you'd be like, and I'm empty. It's like that guy from South Park. And it's all gone. Oh yeah, orbital bombardment, right? Have this thing out in orbit and have a little device that you like laser point, and all the guns just kind of go boom, 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 boom. Like goodbye point of interest right there. It's boom, 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 boom. Oh. Okay, I'll just place those there, I guess. Commence targeting my location. Exploding. Hey, you remember that drone base that was super annoying? Uppy took some pictures because it's a crater now. Exactly. That would just be awesome to add to the game. Just have a device that you could put onto some of your larger capital ships that just acts as a targeting for all your guns onto a particular place. Let's see here. I'm thinking probably sending this all the way back. Probably around here. A little bit. Keep going back. There we go. I got a forced day off. I'm off to Empyrion myself. Rain and window washing doesn't mix. Yeah, I hear you. Handy building planes. Yeah, they're nice. They are nice. Didn't even know they existed. Could make it 25 blocks square and require 100 gigawatts, and you know people would still put together a ship with 3 of them on it. The control button. Yeah, right. Have the control button be expensive to... Oh, God. Yeah, I would totally do that too. I'd be like, oh, really? This is the device? Okay. I'll have a ship that's dedicated to just be up in orbit and allow me to bombard the surface. Let's go. Let's do this. Easy option would just be go straight back. I'm gonna probably slowly add bits and pieces onto this thing. Go back to here with this. I still have to put the engine room somewhere in here. And I'm not gonna pull a Star Destroyer and have that bubble, which is where their generator is. Basically proclaiming to everybody, this is my weak spot, please shoot at it. Just kind of continuing that that shape back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, right? The little dome on the bottom of the space station, that's where their generator is. So their generator is hanging off the belly of their ship. It's like, please shoot right here. Imperials are not good at things. No, they're not. No. They might as well have colored it bright orange just to kind of make it blatantly obvious. It's like, weak point right here. Probably start doing something like this then. Like that. Then we'll continue the angle this way. I mean, seriously, who in their right mind in the Imperial dry docks just thought that was a great idea? Like, hey, I got a great idea. No, listen. I'm going to put the generator at the very bottom. Okay. This is the good part. And we're going to make a big unarmored spot where the bottom of the generator is going to be. So it's easy access to repair it. Wouldn't it make it very easy for people to shoot at? No. Details. I especially like how the press smart people into service and then don't check the blueprints to see if a huge access tunnel directly to the vulnerable exploding bits. So big you can fly a bomber into it and turn it. Yeah, right, yeah. It's like one person with a bomber can immediately destroy the station. Yeah. Somebody not exactly thinking at all. Somebody no thinky. Yeah. That's no moon. No, it's a carnival game where you throw a baseball to dunk someone you don't like. Right? Yeah, that's totally what it is. Like, shh. You see nothing. What? You mean I don't see that giant space station right there? That's totally planet busting size? No, shh. You see nothing. Oh, Star Wars. Okay, so we might stop right there a little bit. We might angle the opposite direction. Very similar to that, maybe. Or we could go even further back and then we'll just do a sharper angle inwards. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, probably one or two further this way. And then we'll do something like that. And then this way. Yeah, there we go. The subtext for the Battle of Yavin is they built that damn thing at Endor, flew it halfway across the galaxy to blow up Alderaan. Then they parked it directly on the border of Hutt space, as far from Imperial space as they could put it, and stopped defending it. Yes. That is exactly how it goes. That's what they did. Because, you know, Imperial people. They're so smart that they don't even know what they're doing. They're so smart, they've wrapped around towards stupidity. That's how it goes. They're so intelligent that they go right into stupid. Hey, you guys, you know what just destroyed like 16 planets to build this gun? Let's leave it right next to a bunch of pirates undefended. Right? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's like, no, guys, I got a better plan. Check this out. What we're going to do is, you know how we built that giant space station that destroys planets? Yeah, I got an even better idea. Let's make another one. And then we'll tell the bad guys that we're building it. We'll tell the rebels that we're making another one. That's totally what we're going to do. Because, you know, it worked out so well last time. Palpatine actually made 4 more at the same time, turned the 5th one into his personal cloning chamber because he knew he was going to be killed repeatedly no matter what he did. Yeah, the legends stuff, yeah. I watched some videos on that stuff. I'm like, really? How much they played him up as a genius, and he does like the dumbest thing possible. Like, yeah, I know they're gonna kick my ass, so I'm gonna make clones of myself so they can repeatedly kick my ass. That's what we'll do. Yeah, sounds like a great plan there. That intelligence is really shining through, buddy. Really shining through. There we go. The story started out as canon. Actually, Disney made almost 1,000 books into the Legends line. Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of Star Wars fans were not happy when all that Legends stuff became like the equivalent to a dream sequence. So what you're saying is all this stuff doesn't actually mean a goddamn thing. Yep. Right. Disney stepped in and Disney'd it up. Yeah, right. Yeah. All of, you know, all that stuff, we've just made it all family friendly now. Great. The only thing I got disappointed is that they made it to where how one of the Legends things is that how Boba Fett got out of that little monster that ate him, that he actually escaped it. That was pretty cool. Some parts of it are like called Legends. We're a little stupid. Enormous chunk of official canon is also hell stupid. Yuzhan Vong, yeah, that whatever people that came and attacked. Yeah, that one I don't seem to understand at all. Like, why does this exist? Okay. Getting closer here. Oh yeah, we've pretty much gone through nearly 1,500 blocks just trying to fill this all in. 15 blocks of, 1,500 blocks of of hardened steel. And we haven't even fully enclosed this thing yet. It's big. George Lucas came up with the Vong. It's like, dude, can't you just declare biotech to be demonic and bring a race from another dead by the way? Call that story. Yeah, right. It's a race that's from it's a race from a completely different galaxy, far, far away, attacking another galaxy far, far away. Like, what? Wait, you did what now? Yeah, it definitely caused a lot of people to just kind of scratch their heads and going, what the hell is going on here? Okay. We need one that's facing backwards. So we're going to have a giant turret here. It's going to exist to just... I just need to figure out how large I want to make this turret. The barrels are going to be triple barrel and long. So need to make something that pretty much reflects that kind of a size. We were a cult that destroyed our galaxy. Also, we're Amish. Oh, and we mastered biotech. We spent the last 6 million years in the ass of a giant space fleet. And we're conquering your whole galaxy in a week. We're the new bad guys, right? Yeah. It's like, what? Huh? Like, excuse me, what? Let's do this. Do this real quick. I just need to make this look similar, make it look like it's load bearing. Something that could hold a giant turret. There we go. Okay. As a storyteller for the Star Wars RPG, I personally am like, nope, didn't happen. Dumber than Jar Jar, not allowed. It's like, no. But he's cute. No. Just no. No to all that. You can take that, and shove it. Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people did not like Jar Jar at all. I was definitely one of them. Jar Jar was probably one of the dumbest characters they ever made. I did not like him at all. I was just like, why is that a thing? Like, what the hell is that? It's Jar Jar. I know his name. I'm wondering, why does he exist? triple barrel gun. And then we'll use the smaller version here. Kind of do this. There we go. Jar Jar is secretly the most powerful gray Jedi in the galaxy. He tripped over his own ear and defeated the entire Confederate military with even looking at them. Oh, that's so wrong. That is so wrong. It really is. It's just like, why? Why did you do this? Yeah. Well, you want to do something like this instead. No. In corner, no. Trying to think of something that could be put here that would make it look a little bit more cooler. Maybe one of these, maybe? Probably do something like this. Do something like this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. And see if we can do something like this. And there. I like it. Even the Gungars in the movie were standing there staring at him with a look on their face of, why is this the thing? Right? Yeah, exactly. It was one of those things where even the people of his own race are just like, of his own species, just sitting there going, don't mind him, he's stupid. He's just an idiot. And yet, he exists. Why? Don't know. He just does. That's a big gun. He doesn't just exist, he represents the Naboo in the Galactic Sync. Yeah, I know. I know. Facepalm, man. Facepalm. I'm sorry, I would have been, if I was a part of the Naboo, if I was a part of, one of the senators for Naboo, like one of the other, the people on the planet that are part of the government, I would literally go up to the Queen and go, you can't be serious. You're sending him? Of all people. It's like, what? Like, he gave me cookies last night, so I was just like, I have to send him now. Actually does that for a while. He steered Million Domina. You can't be serious. You're sending him? Right? Yeah. Yeah. We found out the real reason why he became a Sith. It was because of that very moment. He had that epiphany and going, I'm gonna kill everybody because of this decision alone. This is what I'm gonna be doing. This is totally what I'm gonna do. I'm killing everybody. Because they decided to send Jar Jar to become a senator. Jar Jar ends up frustrating the Jedi Council dozens of times before Palpatine finally reveals he was a bad guy. That's totally it. That's totally how it goes. We find out that he's actually a Sith in disguise, and he was purposely being an idiot just to ruin every plan they come up with. That's totally it. We figured it out, guys. We figured it out. Jar Jar is one of that outs Palpatine in the long run. Right. There we go. That looks good. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I'm good with that. Okay, that's one turret. And we're gonna have probably 2 or 3 others on the belly of this thing. Where we're gonna have to figure out where to place them. But turn off symmetry mode here. Looks like a flat cannon on a battleship. Yep. And we're gonna just have multiples of these things on the belly. So the idea would be like this thing kind of hovers above the surface and all these things just kind of shoot down and fire. Or if it's in a space battle and it really wants to do a full broadside, it angled itself just enough to where the belly guns come up and boom. Jar Jar could break it, just get him within 3 light years of it, and something will go wrong. They figured the Force has a bad sense of humor, so they sent him to places where his curse was useful. Yeah, under the guise of, hey, Jar Jar, go help them. Okay. Good, he's not here. He'll be going and helping the enemy. This will be great. He is the secret weapon of the Senate. He is the secret weapon of the rebels. We figured it out. That's actually how the first Death Star got destroyed. They made him infiltrate the Death Star, and it wasn't the torpedo that blew it up. It was actually him trying to fix the core because it was damaged, and it blew up. The Republic and the Empire both probably fell because Jar Jar was present on the Coruscant. Yeah. Jar Jar was present on the Death Star when it blew up. What happened is the torpedo hit the side of, just glanced off of the core on the outside, caused a crack. Jar Jar tried to fix it and it exploded. Problem solved. The mystery has been solved, guys. The mystery has been solved. Getting oxygen. We found out the real reason why the first Death Star exploded. It wasn't because of a torpedo. It was because of Jar Jar trying to fix it. People ask why I hate Jar Jar so much. I show them the scene where he trips over his ear and defeats an entire army. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, really? Why? I feel like my head's about to explode. Yeah, that's Jar Jar. That's Jar Jar. Yep. Okay. Do this real quick. Think. Both sides. Think. Do this. Right there. Rotate around. Right there. Regular windows right here. Oh, no. Yeah, the funny thing is that they tried so hard to make him a lovable character, and yet it did quite the opposite. Went from that to everybody absolutely loathes that character. Like, Just do this. It's like, you failed, good sir. There we go. I could show them the 15 or so episodes of animated Clone Wars where he similarly screws literally everything up. One time he even made Mace freaking Windu lose his cool. And the death toll of his stupidity was in the billion. Oh god. Annie, shut up. Annie, I am going to kill you. Annie, shut up. I think I'm putting like a hatch right here so that we can enter and exit when we need to. There we go. These are just pretty much like observation decks and stuff like that. So they don't have to be heavily armored. And I'm out of windows, so I have to make more. And yeah, okay. Be here. Sure, we have our blocks lined up. And go back up here. Okay. We're gonna have to add the maneuvering thrusters. I'm probably gonna add some like temporary maneuvering thrusters on this thing, and a generator with a fuel tank, just so I can move the. I'm gonna try. It's gonna take forever to get over here, but I'm gonna try and move this thing a little bit closer to the station, so we don't have to go as far. So that we just have to pop our head out, work on the ship, and then pop back in. Because it was close enough to the old station, but it needs to get closer to this new station, especially when we're going and working on the inside of the ship. Anyway, it's about time for me to go off to work. Tomorrow I will not be streaming. Tomorrow I'm going on a fishing trip with family, so I won't be streaming tomorrow. But I will be streaming on Friday. And I will be probably streaming probably a lot longer, or I'll be probably streaming Sunday afternoon to make up for Thursday. Do you have enough fuel to move it that far? As long as I only put the bare minimum, probably put a bunch of medium thrusters on the back, just a couple to make it move really, really slowly and move it over. Because if we move it really, really slowly, we should have enough fuel to be able to do that. But I'm not going to be... I don't want to be breaking any speed records with this thing. I just want it to, like, 30 meters per second at maximum, just to kind of slowly inch it over. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go work. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all Friday. Because I'm going on a fishing trip tomorrow, as I said. So... I'll see y'all later. Stay alive out there. Don't drop your drink. See you Friday. Bye.